Hi, I'm Corey Weatherton, Director of Product Development for Jayco Motorhomes, and I am excited to show you today the brand new 2025 Jayco Redhawk SE. I want to point out some of the things that make a Jayco, but then also what this floor plan is, what the Redhawk SE is. First of all, I know when we go inside, you're going to be wondering what floor plan this is. This is our 22CF Redhawk SE. F stands for the Ford chassis. Now, we build this Redhawk SE on a Chevy 4500 chassis as well. This floor plan on the Chevy chassis, simply called the 22C. Now this 22CF, as I mentioned, is built on this Ford E350 chassis. It's a great chassis. We love it. Really, a lot of the industry is building on this E-Series chassis. This is a base trim level chassis, so as you get inside the cab area, everything will be stock from Ford. So I want to point that out first and foremost. Before we get going into this video, a lot of times folks wonder, well, a Redhawk SE, what is that? Like, where does it fall in the lineup? So quickly let me explain to you our lineup of traditional Class Cs on the E-Series chassis. So our base trim level chassis is called the Redhawk SE. I like to call it a base trim level simply because we give you all of your needs, but maybe not all of your wants. For instance, if you want a solid surface countertop, you're not going to find it in the Redhawk SE. Rather, we give you a very solid countertop. It's just not a solid surface countertop. So you're going to have to keep bumping up for that. So the Redhawk SE, and then the next trim level is the Redhawk, followed by the top trim level, which is the Greyhawk. So Redhawk SE, what is it? How are we building it? What makes it special? First and foremost, I always like to point out this one-piece fiberglass front cap. This is a big deal for you as the end consumer, specifically because this horizontal seam that we've covered with this front cap is the #1 leak point on a Class C. It is known within the industry. There's a horizontal seam where our sidewall and our bunk platform meets, and water hits that, it runs down, and with time, it will seep into that front overhead bunk. So we put this on kind of like a rubber glove on a hand. If you're doing dishes, you want to protect your hands from the hot water or maybe the dirty dishwater, so you just slide that glove on. In the same way, this fiberglass front cap, we slide it over the front of the cap to totally cover that seam. Now, some of our competitors will say they have a one-piece fiberglass front cap, but that's simply not true. Theirs comes about 1/4 of the way back from the front end, and it's simply for aesthetic purposes. They've not done anything to address this leak point. Now at Jayco, we've taken care of that for you to make sure that this motorhome lasts a very long time. In fact, this front cap, it's not proprietary to us. In reality, anybody could do a one-piece fiberglass front cap. Now the design may be, but the concept isn't. Anybody could do it, but they choose not to because this is a very expensive component that we put on all of our Class Cs, even our Redhawk SE. So I always want to point that out first and foremost. As we come back to coach, you're going to see the Jayco exclusive 2+3 warranty. That is twice the industry standard. We give you 2 complete camping seasons of a limited warranty, whereas every other main manufacturer in this industry is only going to give you a 1-year limited warranty. Why do we do that? How do we do that? Because we do things like this front cap, and our overall build construction is different than the competition. In fact, we do vacuum bond lamination within our sidewalls, roof, and floor. What that means is we adhere all the pieces together in a vacuum press, 144 tons of pressure for 16 to 18 minutes, depending on what we're laminating. So I likened to that when I was a kid and I had an art project. I had a piece of construction paper and another one I wanted to glue together. I'd smear paste on the one, put the other piece of construction paper on top, and my mom would say, hey, let's put an encyclopedia on that so that it bonds evenly. I'd wake up in the morning, take the encyclopedia off, and I'd have a great bond. That is what our vacuum bond lamination does. It ensures a solid lamination on everything we're laminating. So on this sidewall, for instance, where we cut out this window, we will do a DLAM test on every sidewall with that window. So we will shred that window cutout, and what we want to see is the component shredding versus a clean separation. And I can tell you at Jayco, we have the lamination process down. We have our own humidity and temperature controlled lamination facility. And so we are actually laminating these in-house whereas some of the manufacturers are outsourcing that to another company. We do it in-house so that we can ensure that we have a solid lamination every time. The 3-year is a structural warranty, so a 2+3 warranty. Don't get fooled by a big 6 or a big 12 on the window, because they simply have a 1-year limited warranty. So we go over and above in our build process and the components we're adding to give you that 2-year warranty. Now, what's it limited by? It's limited by 24,000 miles. If you use this as a rental, we will not warranty that, but then also just customer neglect as well. We want you to do your regular maintenance on that, this unit. So make sure that you follow your maintenance and you will be golden for years ahead. Continuing back, you're gonna see new for this year. We have brand new graphics on this unit. We've made it more modern, more sleek, minimalized it a little bit, and so we think this is absolutely beautiful. The team has done a great job with that. You'll notice a full-length awning. That is a power awning on your campsite. It also has integrated LED lights. The great thing about that is as you're out camping, enjoying the campfire, or maybe you're sitting at the picnic table playing a board game or cards, there'll be plenty of lighting as it starts to get dusk. Moving back, you're gonna notice that we do have a standard 30,000 BTU furnace, and then also we have a tanked 6-gallon gas electric rapid recovery hot water heater. So that gas electric, it runs off of propane or electric, or propane and electric. If I utilize both fuel sources, it goes into rapid recovery mode. And so though it is 6 gallons, I can utilize approximately 18 gallons of hot water per hour if I'm using both fuel sources. And you know, if you're camping, that is a lot of hot water to be using in an hour. So we've got you covered there. It is a tanked water heater. It's tried and true. We stick with that simply because we know it's reliable. This has been around the industry for quite a long time. It's not finicky. It's going to give you reliable water all throughout. As we continue back the coach, you will notice that we did add a hitch to this unit. So common question is, what's the tow capacity on this unit? Our Redhawk SEs built on both the Chevy chassis and the E350 chassis is going to be 5,000 pounds. So we have derated a 7,500 pound hitch to 5,000 pounds just so that you can tow safely. Now, our goal is for you to utilize this motorhome. And so we've done some things at this price point that nobody else in the industry is doing. The first thing that we've done is we've added rubber isolation mounts to both sides of the rear axle. Now, fun fact is, when we get these chassis from Ford and Chevy, up and down both frame rails, there's approximately 6 to 8 rubber isolation mounts. Every other manufacturer takes those off and they dispose of them. As we upfit this chassis, upfitting means we add the risers and cross members. We reinstall those on both sides of the rear axle, because Ford and Chevy, they install those to reduce road noise and vibration. We think that they know what they're doing, so we reinstall them so that you get that quiet ride. So we're reinstalling those rubber isolation mounts on this one. Nobody else is. Also, our computer balanced drive shaft, we are tightening that to greater than Ford or Chevy specs. Our goal is for a quiet ride inside of that motorhome. And so as a result, as we tighten it as tight as a computer can, we've eliminated a lot of white background noise inside of this coach. Now, on top of the roof, you will find a 13,500 BTU air conditioner and potentially an optioned 200 watt solar panel. Now, if a dealership options this unit in with a solar panel, the dealership will get a 200 watt panel as well as a second house battery and a dual controller. That dual controller will keep your chassis battery topped off as well as your house battery. So that's a great feature. If you want to add it, we do pre-wire it just in case the dealership hasn't brought it in that way, or potentially at a later date you want to add it yourself. Also optioned on this coach, you can option hydraulic leveling jack. The great thing about hydraulic leveling jacks is they are 4-point and they're automatic. Simply push a button, each jack will go down, it'll find the ground, and then it'll level itself. A common question I get on this coach is, hey, I know that this is more of a base trim level coach. Do I need leveling jacks? Yes and no. You will be at those locations that the ground is not level. It could be greatly out of level. But at the same time, I'm more of a thrifty utilitarian sort of person, to where I don't like spending extra money. You can use the plastic leveling blocks and it will level just fine. You'll get very close to being level. Or if you want to spend the extra money, you can option the hydraulic leveling jacks. Now, where the hydraulic leveling jacks really shine is when they're down and they are in their fixed position. You'll get a lot of the entrance shake out of this motorhome. So you may want to option those, or potentially you're like me and think I can just use plastic blocks. Either way is totally good. It'll both accomplish the leveling process. So that's been a look at the outside of the Jayco Redhawk SE 22C. Let's go inside and check out this floor plan. So we are inside the beautiful 2025 Jayco Redhawk SE 22CF. Remember, the F is on a Ford chassis. Some of the things I want to point out, as I mentioned on the outside, this is the E350 chassis. Everything in the cab area comes stock from Ford. So take a second, check that out. We'll show you a few video clips here and you'll be able to see that. As we move back into the main section of the coach, you will notice that the living area is well appointed for a coach that's 24 feet 8 inches long. Now that's on the Ford chassis. If you bump up to the Chevy chassis, or maybe bump over to the Chevy chassis, it's 25 feet 2 inches long. The main difference is in the chassis area. The living space in the house is exactly the same. So as we come back, you'll notice first and foremost our Jayco exclusive legless dinette. What I love about this is I can slide over to the wall. 4 people can comfortably sit in this dinette, and there's not a knee knocker underneath it. So it does turn into a bed if you have small ones traveling with you. Now in this coach, you can safely seat belt 6 people, 2 in the driver passenger seat, 2 in your rear facing dinette, and 2 in your forward facing dinette. So this coach will seat belt 6 people. You'll notice a large bank of overhead storage right above your dinette area. There is not a center divider, so you can stick longer items inside of these overhead cabinets. This is a new decor for this year. We have slightly changed the wood tones as well as fabrics and also countertops. So you'll notice that's a little bit different than last year. One of the things I love most about this Redhawk SE is this convection microwave oven. Now I know that this is a learned thing. Now when I say that, some of you may have a knee-jerk reaction and say, I want a real oven. What I love about these is I can stick a chicken in there, I can stick a loaf of bread in there, I can bake anything in this that I would normally in an oven. However, I get even heating all the way around it, so that hot air is circulating around it. Whereas your traditional RV oven, you might have 6 inches, if you're lucky, of space in there for you to stick that chicken or for you to stick the loaf of bread. And then also the heat source is just one strip underneath it. So it's uneven heating. There's not a lot of space inside of it. And what most folks will end up doing is just using it for storage. And then this is also not going to produce the amount of heat outside in your living area as what an oven would. I absolutely love convection microwave ovens. If you're not familiar with them and you do buy this coach, there are numerous YouTube videos on how to use a convection microwave oven. So definitely check it out. I love these things. You'll notice a 2-burner LP cooktop. Plenty of space in here for you to be cooking your pasta at one time and then also warming up your red sauce if you're having that pasta dinner at night. Fill in the blank with what you're doing here, but plenty of space for you to be able to utilize this. You'll notice a large stainless steel single basin sink as well as a nice stainless steel brushed nickel faucet, which matches the sink perfectly. Underneath, we've got a lot of storage for such a small coach. You'll notice that rather than the oven, sorry, that was the loud convection microwave components inside, rather than the oven, we do give you that storage. So plenty of room to store your pots and pans, and then also a lot of drawer space underneath as well. You do have a range hood that does have a light and fan in it. As we come back, you will notice we have this 10 cubic foot 12 volt refrigerator. There is a lot of storage room inside of this. We switched to this approximately a year and a half ago. A lot of the industry has switched to these 12 volts. At Jayco, we were one of the last holdouts because we know early on there's a lot of questions with customers and just really the longevity. How good are these 12 volt reefers compared to the old two-way reefers? What I love about this 12 volt refrigerator is that it cools much more quickly than what your two-way refrigerator does. And then also in the same cavity that we could only get an 8 cubic foot refrigerator, we're able to fit a 10 in, so you get more storage inside of this. As we come back into the hallway, you'll notice that there is a large pantry up above, plenty of room for your cereal boxes, your pasta boxes, or even your canned goods. And then down below, it continues on. So we have plenty of kitchen storage as well as pantry space inside of this 24-foot, 8-inch long coach. Coming back into the bedroom, you will notice that we do have a walk-around queen-size bed. In this area, what I love about it is a bedroom, but you have complete walk-around all the way around it, nightstands on both sides of your bed, and then also plenty of overhead storage space. As you'll notice there again, no center divider, so you're able to put all of your blankets up there and even extra clothing. Let me move out of the way for a second so you can sneak in where I just was. We have a large wardrobe inside of this bedroom, and then also enough storage down below for all of your socks, all of your shoes, and all of your jeans as well. So a lot of storage inside of this 24-foot, 8-inch coach. On our bedrooms, we always prep the bedrooms for a television if you desire to add one, or you desire your dealership to add one. So that's going to be directly across the bed at the foot of the bed. Check out the size of this bathroom. This bathroom, for this size of a coach, there is a lot of space inside of it. We have a foot flush toilet. We have a stainless steel basin as well as faucet inside of this coach, and then also a nice shower that we have a stainless steel shower head in it as well. You're not going to find any plastic fixtures inside of this coach. So this has been the inside of the Jayco Redhawk SE 22CF. So as you've seen, there's a lot to love about this 22CF Jayco Redhawk SE. Whether it's your smart TVs on the inside, whether it's your 13,500 BTU air conditioner, the queen size walk around bed, there's a lot to love. As I mentioned, my name's Corey Weatherton, Director of Product Development here at Jayco Motorhomes. If you have any questions, I would love for you to contact your local dealer. If you don't know who your local dealer is, go to our website. There is a dealer search, dealer locator. Just enter your zip code and it'll direct you to who the closest stocking dealer is to you that stocks this Jayco Redhawk SE. Now, if you have questions, feel free to give your dealership a call, or if there are more technical questions that you feel like the dealership may not be able to answer, we would love for you to call us here at the factory. Now, there's going to be a friendly receptionist who answers, and be sure to tell her what state or province you're from, and she will direct you to the regional sales manager who's responsible for covering your state or province. The reason I say contact the regional sales manager is because there is only one of me, but we have many of them, and they are well educated on our product, and unfortunately, I can't answer every question, every phone call. So call us here at Jayco, let us know what province or state you're from, and they'll direct you to our regional sales manager. But thank you for watching this video today. For more questions, make sure you go to our website on our Jayco Redhawk SE website, or also visit our YouTube channel for more questions.